run like the was the RPGs.
You can say all we did was carry.
I mean, I'm not trying to minimize it. I'm not trying to minimize it.
One, the combat engineer doesn't carry. It was a small rocket launcher.
Okay,
they don't carry that.
They don't.
And we carried 2 rockets that are like 45 pounds apiece.
Okay.
And we also carried like 50 pounds of explosive, like C4 breaching explosive.
See, C4, when you say C4, all that falls under combat engineer stuff.
But they don't carry. No, they don't carry that.
They don't carry.
They don't carry. They get bust.
They get bust. Yeah. Now, so now you don't have to exert so much energy. Now you can bust those things in.
But they're not breachers.
Okay, yeah.
Combat engineers aren't breachers.
That's what their job is. Like,
oh no,
combat
engineers clear the road and like clear down debris and stuff like that.
Okay, so you got like barbed wire or confetti wire, whatever they call that stuff. That's what y'all do. You say
confetti wire.
I mean, I thought that's what they call it. I'm trying to. What's the little barbed wire, the sharper one? I forgot what they call it. C-wire. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, my bad. We cleared that.
Why did I call it confetti?
Oh, confetti.
I don't know why I called it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So going through all that, right?
Wait, we started.
Give a brief description. I just need to know.
I thought it was
what color crayons y'all eat.
Red ones. Red ones are good.
That's crazy. What color crayon do you eat?
He lying his ass off. Make sure I don't know crayons.
So
crayons you eat.
I asked another. Is that an insult? Is that typically an insult?
No, it's not an insult. No, it's not even something that I understand.
It's like a knock because they say Marines are like the dumb branch.
Yeah.
So like the kid in the corner eating crayons and sniffing glue. Yeah.
Okay, so it's an insult, but you don't you embrace it though, right?
It, yeah.
That's a cool thing to do.
Dogs, yeah.
But I've asked 2 of the Marine Corps vets, and they always say it's always red. I don't know why. Is it a reason why it's always red?
Because red is the most popular color. That's just easy to say.
I mean, blue.
It's the first one you think of. No, man, come on.
Black, white.
What they sound like they taste good. First off, the colors you're naming.
All right, I'd probably go to blue. If I'm gonna choose one, right, I'm probably gonna blue. If the blue one looks delicious, most delicious.
Nah, it's pasty, man.
They probably all taste the same. There's probably no crayon better than the other crayon. Welcome to Mixed Feelings, everyone, where raw conversations meet real-world insights. Whether you're tuning in for thought-provoking discussions, untold stories, or a fresh perspective, we're all about breaking the surface and diving deep. No fluff, no scripts, just honest, unfiltered dialogue on the things that matter most. You are about to receive Mixed Feelings. I want to welcome everyone in tune. You're in tune for another episode of Mixed Feelings. I'm your host, Horatio. Some people call me Lee. I mean, by that, some say asshole. It just depends on who you are and what you think about me that day. I'm with some dear friends, some brothers to me today. They mean the most to me. Some really good
like
friends.
You said it about everybody that you.
They are. I mean, it's for people to take the time out to their schedule, their families, and to come and sit and have a conversation with me. That just speaks volumes.
But when you say the same thing about everybody,
it's everybody. I mean, we ain't getting paid for this, man. That's the thing.
We ain't getting paid.
I got your bottle of water.
I got my food stipend.
And I ain't even said it about everybody. I say that about a select few. There's not too many that I will say that about.
Everybody. I'm sitting across from my brother, my dear friend.
You've been on another show of mine. So you're a friend of the show. We have a new guest on the show. Like I said before, I was really interrupted by some asshole, James Stewart, and new friends of the show, James Stewart, and existing friend of the show, Teandre, the fish. What's up, guys? How y'all doing tonight?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
The fish is doing pretty well.
The fish. So tell me a little bit about. I brought you guys here for a reason. Speak about your military background. So give me a brief, just a quick overview of your career, your job title, and etc.
All right. I'm the fish.
All right.
No, it's just fish. So I'm still a boot, but my MOS was
What does that mean?
You've never been on deployment. That's all.
That's why I'm here. That's why I need to know what this is.
Never been on deployment. So, I served 6 years in the Marine Corps Reserve. out in Smyrna, Tennessee, of Fitzhugh. So stayed all the way up until I was a corporal, and I was like, ain't much past my rank in infantry, so I might as well do something different. So that's extent to my Marine Corps career. And then I did the National Guard a little bit after, because I was working in logistics with UPS, so I wanted to have something synonymous with my civilian job. So I worked that all the way up until I had my accident and I got discharged. So that's all of my service.
Okay, so you have quite a bit of lengthy background in the military so far.
A little bit, yes.
What about you, James?
You want just the military background, or you want all of everything, career now?
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, I guess career now.
Okay.
How it developed into where you are into life now.
Okay. My name's James Stewart. I served in the same unit as Fish out in Smyrna, Tennessee. Did a little over 6 years in the reserves, Marine Corps reserves. After that, I got out. I did overseas contracting for a private military company. Did that for about a year, a little over a year. After that, I got back, did some personal security for celebrities, multiple, but I had one very prominent celebrity that's based out of Nashville. After that, now I'm working mostly out of California, and I still do the same thing, still do personal security, but I've moved over to the corporate side. So
okay,
half a year I'm gone. I'm gone most of the year. So
what brought you guys into, so both of you guys enlisted straight out of high school. What happened and why did you guys choose that route?
I chose the military route. It's kind of everybody in my family on my mom's side, well, older, they were in the Marines. And so, looking up to them as a kid, people on my dad's side, including my dad, were in the Army. So when I joined the Marines, I was a little upset about that. But he was happy nonetheless. I wanted to go active, but due to I have a physical, I wouldn't say issue, but something that came up, and my recruiter said that it would be hard for me to go active. Come to find out, he was lying. He was trying to fill his spot.
Get his numbers.
Yeah,
he was trying to get his numbers up.
Yeah. So I ended up going to Smyrna. I actually talked to T before I even went out there. I didn't even know he was out there, and because I was gonna say forget that and go to the Army. But talking to him, I knew I was gonna have somebody in the unit, so made it a lot easier to transition over there and met some of the best people. So I'm glad I did it.
Absolutely,
put me where I'm at now.
Yeah, he was loved too. They loved him.
Yeah.
Well, he
has
the
black person who didn't answer for other black people. Yeah, that privilege.
Well, that's kind of what we're getting into. This show is James kind of has a mentality of America first type mentality. That's what he gives off. The hoorah, I kill anybody in my way. And that's what
it's hoorah.
Hoorah. So who's hoorah? Is that a different? Is that something? Is that somebody else that says hoorah?
Hooyah?
Hooah? They don't chill out now. Okay. Just a little bit. I'm defend both of them.
We talking about the Marines.
Yeah.
What did you like? When you enlisted? You enlisted in the Marine Corps and the Army. Did you feel you benefited more of one than the other?
Between the two?
Or did you embrace one over the other? Or you just thought they were just, career military, same difference,
I said Marine Corps embraced me more than the Army. I feel like the Marine Corps, you had more camaraderie. Granted, there was more people because I was in a bigger platoon. It was a infantry platoon. Yeah. But when I did Army, it was more corporate side, like kind of not corporate technically, but like since I'm not infantry, I'm supply technically. So
you got a desk job.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pogue. I went to Pogue life. That's what they call it.
Pogue is person other than grunt.
That's
what it stands for.
So he gave you the acronym, man.
Yeah. So
I didn't know.
It's not person. It's another word that I'm not going to say. I don't know if it, you know.
What? Go ahead.
Yeah.
It don't describe me. I did it, so it don't matter. There's no time.
Female anatomy part other than grunt.
Oh,
There you go.
push this other than
I was missing.
That's funny. I didn't. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
With that mentality, right? Going into fresh out of high school, going into the military, did something invoke you as far as like I'm about to go serve my country? You know, I'm about to go.
I don't think it was that at all. To be honest with you, it wasn't for my country. I didn't join because of that.
So what? It was just okay. This is the next step. This is the next best step for me right now.
Yes, I would say that because I mean I joined because like I didn't have a lot of direction I dropped out of college. You know, I committed to Tennessee State football, but I didn't get a chance to play. Well, I wouldn't say it like that. I just didn't stick around long enough. I didn't like the coach or anything like that. I didn't just have a good relationship with him. That discouraged me a bit. You know, once I dropped out of college, I didn't feel like, you know, I was headed anywhere. I got a little depressed. You know, being young, you get sometimes you get suicidal when those type of thoughts come up. So, you know, I feel like I needed to make a decision to do something.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I was I forgot how deep it went, but I know when I was talking to my friend from high school, Mike, and he was talking about joining, so I was intrigued on it too. So I was like, I'll give it a shot, something like that.
So you guys may or may not know, but I actually, you know, I wanted to be in the military. Even growing up, you know, growing up from a young age, I was one of the people that I want to go serve my country. I want to go kill people,
like
you know,
that.
protect. And I was, you know, I honestly was at one point, one aspect of my life. And when I tried to join the Marine Corps, I couldn't because of something I'd done in my past, and it hurt deeply. But I look at it as, you know, I look at things happen for a reason, you know, so I look at it as a blessing. You know, I was shot. I look at it as a blessing. You know, I didn't go to the military. I look at it as a blessing. You know, even though I wanted these things or I didn't want these things, but these things happen for a reason, and I look at the positive versus the negative. You know, it hurt me deeply for a while when they turned me down when the gunny in the office was like, yeah, we can't let you come because of this thing on your background. And I'm like, well, you guys already know about it. I've already disclosed this information with y'all. I mean, my recruiter at the time said, man, I put people with worse backgrounds than you in the military. And I just didn't bat an eye after that. But yeah, when he came with that phone call, it was a week before I was supposed to go to boot camp, and man, it hurt. It did hurt. But I was very patriotic, you know, and you know, I still love my country. I think America is one of the greatest countries in the world, if not the greatest.
I do remember. I remember that time because I was hanging out with you a lot during that time because it was Gunny Imperial, wasn't it? Was it him? Gunny Imperial?
No. No. It was I can't remember the gunny. Yeah. Well, no. You mean the gunny that gave me a call? Yeah. So no, there was a new gunny. It was a black guy. I can't remember the name. He came. He was new. He came. Yeah, he came. Yeah, he came like 3 weeks before I was supposed to go to boot camp.
Yeah,
and
I remember that time period because Marines have always been like the smallest branch. They pride themselves over that.
Yeah,
the Marines were doing cutbacks at the time, so they were. That's probably why they didn't do it. But
I figured it was something, you know.
Yeah, because I had people in my boot camp in my class that had worse stuff than that.
So, yeah. You know, like, you know, seeing 9/11 happen, and hell, at that age, what were we, like 10 years old? And I was like, you know, being fed that information, I was like, man, I want to go kill these people. Like whoever. I'm 10 years old at this time, but you know,
you felt that way,
and that's a.
When it happened,
that's a kid.
But think about it. It's on my part.
But you know, so it's interesting as I grow older, right? I'm into conspiracy theories, and you know, I want to ask you guys, what's your favorite conspiracy theory? Just before we go on topic, What's your favorite conspiracy theory to go down the rabbit hole? Whether you think it's a conspiracy theory or you like, nah, this is the truth. This is what they say. This is the truth, though.
The more that we talk about it, man, it's 9/11. For real, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's 9/11 now.
That's so.
Because it's like,
so what's the conspiracy? What is the conspiracy? No, I'm not on that.
Because when it happened, young, at the moment it's emotional. So
exactly.
But now it's like, now you look at the evidence and stuff, man. It's like,
what? Okay, so what you think it's like an inside job or something?
I don't know, man. I don't know because I don't know, but so there's like talk like people like going into the trade because a lot of people didn't know there's those stuff underneath the trade centers that they held like sensitive information and stuff. And the day before it happened, there were like records showing that like people came in and vans got all the stuff out of the building and then left. And then next day the planes hit. Like, come on. And
there's a record of that for real.
Yeah, like there's like written record of like this happening. And then it's like also it makes sense. It's like how all this stuff happened. Jet fuel, the building didn't fail and all that. How did these damn passports make it? Why didn't they find anybody else's passport?
Whose passports did they? You talking about the people who crashed the plane? They found their passport.
Yeah, they found their passports.
Okay, it's a little weird.
That's I ain't saying it's a conspiracy, but it's like
this don't sit right. Yeah. And that's the thing with me. I think I'm a person who believes that if you believe what any government official tells you, it's a sad day for you because I don't believe they feed us the right information. And even with this my military, right? Yeah. What did you guys ever have to do any training to where they try to, imprint this idea of this is the enemy? You know what I mean? Where they were feeding you this information and like, these are the bad guys, you kill them. Like, me rationally thinking about it now, I'm like, why am I killing these people or trying to kill these people? Even them, their government, these people are sitting behind closed doors and it's like chess, like, but with real people, right? They're taking these people as pawns and moving them across this board to accomplish something that they're trying to do, whether it's, resources. And this person that's, on the other side of this field that I'm on a mission to kill, it's probably my same position. You got a family, wife, kids, and we've both been instilled by our government that the other person or other people are doing something wrong.
Yeah. You explain it. It's an answer right there. What else to say?
So a question, did you ever feel like you were the bad guy in someone else's story? You spoke about, did you guys ever go overseas to, in conflict or overseas at all and to protect anything?
Not in the military, no.
Okay. Yeah. But did you do anything with contracting as far as, I mean, if you can't say it, just can't say it.
That's
if you can't say something, just say I can't speak on that due to
I can't speak about operation.
Yeah.
Like,
But even the sense you've witnessed being in some type of conflict and seeing other people, right?
Yeah.
And did you ever feel like you were a bad guy to them?
I'd say no, because contracting, I worked a lot in BDOC and TOC. So that's kind of like, BDOC is the base defensive operation. It's where like all the information comes. And TOC's the same thing, but TOC is kind of like more of the secret side. And so I kind of got more information about what's going on and like what the missions were. However, there were times where it's like, sometimes it's like, was it really worth it? Like,
yeah.
So I'd say there's definitely those times where it's like, that definitely was not worth it.
Even in training, your training periods, were you guys fed propaganda or
boot camp
to where that gets you wild up to
boot camp and SOI.
Hey, SOI, they played a bunch of videos and shit like that. It's like some little
It's people kicking down doors, like shooting. Like you see everything.
See people dying. You
Yeah.
can see people,
Really?
like, yeah.
Wow.
Like, and they showed us a picture with a guy with his face blown off and shit like that. And they asked us, "Do you think he's still alive?" and shit like that. Which was, I don't know why they did that. That was stupid. But
there's a reason why they done that to you guys, though, right? You understand?
They want you to look at these people. This is a possibility or something like that. This is casualties of war.
Yeah.
This is what you're going into.
Yeah.
But they're also like, because they show you both. They show you Marines that were killed. They also show you, the
enemy. Yeah.
So it's like they're like, look, it's basically like,
this is what they did to our soldiers.
This is what they did to your brother.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make you, look at them as less of human.
Mm-hmm.
So granted, I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of them were like, they were pieces of work, but you got to think about it like you're going into their country. So it's like, so it's like saying, say, the UN or some come over here and they start, doing patrols and stuff. You're like, why are you in my country?
Exactly.
So it's like, most of the people you're fighting, especially towards the end, it wasn't people that were like, they were like some, jihadists or anything
that
like
met you any harm.
Yeah, it wasn't that. It was like you're invading his country. So it's like he's defending his home. So it's like it was a war that we were never going to win because the more people you kill, the more terrorists.
The more you look like a terrorist.
Yeah, you're going to make more. So it's like you kill one, you just made two more.
Yeah,
especially if they had kids. Yeah.
And just like you said, the same position, if another country came over here and killed what they're portrayed as a terrorist, that's going to piss you off. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's just going to create more of a revolution against you, but more fight.
Yeah. That's usually the cycle.
It's a scary thing to even think about something like that. So were you ever ordered to do something that didn't sit right with your conscience? Any
I'm referring to you.
Did you do anything in the fucking military?
Hey, that's funny.
How many paper cuts did you get then? Let me ask you that.
No, I don't know what to say. No, at least I can get in.
Okay, no, I've never been ordered to do anything. No, but I've seen some questionable orders, but it's really not your place to question the orders. Right. It's your job to do what is ordered.
But is it though? Like how do you justify that?
It's a need to know. So it's kind of like, okay, say I don't know, like you're going on a trip, like for your kid, and y'all it's a surprise trip, but he knows y'all going somewhere. So it's like you don't want to tell him everything, that's leading up to it.
Yeah,
because he doesn't need to know because it's kind of like a need to know thing. Yeah. So it's like you can't really. How can I put it? Everything isn't need to know. They need to be able to trust you to do your job without questioning everything. Granted, you do need to question some stuff.
Exactly.
You do. But it's like you should also trust your superiors to be making the right call. Because if you're questioning too many things, that's just jeopardizing the mission, jeopardizing people around you. I can't trust you to do your job. So if we're out there and you're over questioning a call, that could get somebody killed.
That's true too.
So it's you do your job and you ask the questions after we get back.
That's what I was going to ask you. What do you think's the opposite of? What do you think? What do you think is if you are tasked with?
That's tough. Like if you were all right, you're actively in the military, right? And it's basically a judgment call to me. If you were actively in the military and they gave you an order to destroy these kids, right? Are you going to take that order?
But you can't. We can't attack kids.
But if you're, but if you're ordered that, right?
That's it. Then you can disobey orders.
Okay.
It has to be a lawful order.
Okay.
It's one of the orders. You can disobey a lawful order, unlawful
or
order.
even just say a farmer. A farmer's walking down the street and your superior says, "Hey man, that guy's a terrorist. He's one of the higher ups. When he hits this corner out of this town, go kill him." What are you gonna do? What's your approach then?
If he's not armed, you can't shoot him. You can detain him, but you can't kill him.
But are you not getting a lawful order? Is that not a lawful order?
If he's an unarmed combatant,
so
you can't just run up and shoot him. You can't do that.
Yeah.
If anything,
okay.
they're gonna drop a bomb on his head.
So yeah, you teach Trevino about the Geneva Convention.
Yeah,
before-
yeah.
But there are these are rules, right? Rules are broken all the
Yeah.
time, right? And we understand that, though. Understandable. We
Laws,
agree.
yeah.
Laws,
Yeah.
rules are all broken all the time
Mhm.
for whatever reason there is.
Okay.
And that me leading up to what of being on your conscience, right? Even if it was a armed or someone armed, right?
Mhm.
Could you kill someone that was trying to do you harm, right? Maybe they weren't going to kill you. Maybe they were. Who knows?
You just said.
How
trying to do it.
how
Come
would you
on,
how
come
would
on,
you
hold on.
feel?
Rephrase it. Go
How
ahead
would
and-
you feel?
No, go ahead and start all over. Because
How would you feel if you had to do that? Like, could you openly do that and be okay, not sit on your conscience?
If he's gonna,
He's
if he's
trying to
gonna,
harm-
if he's
yes.
if he's trying to harm me or
Mhm.
mine, then yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but like, if he's just some dude to sit on his porch,
Yeah.
like no, anybody, no. But if he means me or mine harm, then
Uh-huh.
yeah, without a doubt.
To what extent though? To what extent? Like,
What do
what
you
if
mean?
he's trying to detain you? Right? He comes. You
Uh-huh.
right? You
Uh-huh.
went into other countries, right? And you possibly had to detain other citizens, right? For some reason or another. Right? So, exactly. So this is where I'm getting at.
You got to answer
So
some war crimes that you committed overseas.
Don't
James.
incriminate yourself.
I ain't-
So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boy.
I don't want to
Oh, plead the
incriminate
fifth.
you or get you in trouble. But y'all sit there and try
James
to
said he's
make
not
me.
going in
Yeah,
either.
I was trying to avoid all that, but y'all was like, "No, what are you trying to say? What? No, okay, there it is."
You giving these finite situations though. Like,
No.
come on, like,
No, but if someone means me harm, I don't care if I'm in his yard or not. If you mean me harm, I'm gonna deliver it back. But if it's someone who's just, I don't know, if they're not presenting a threat, then there's no point in doing it.
Have you? I know you haven't, Teandre, but have you ever been in a firefight? Have you ever been in a firefight?
Firefight?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. How many files have you had to put away, Teandre? No, I'm fucking with you.
hey, you got me, man.
But
I
Could you? Do you believe? Do either one of y'all believe that you could even if y'all haven't or have, could you guys hold yourself in a firefight? Do you guys 100% believe that?
It was top shooters and all. Yeah. I was the best.
No.
I had company
Being
high.
shooting at
Shut up,
targets.
man.
years straight.
Shut up, not 3 years. Man.
Being-
3 years straight. 3 years straight.
Being shooting at targets is completely different
Yeah.
than being in a firefight.
Okay.
I've been in firefights. I ain't never been in the military, and I've ran plenty of times.
You haven't been in a firefight. Okay.
All right. I've never been in a firefight. Contractors, we're not supposed to return fire, but I have been shot at. I'll say that.
So how? And
Multiple
I want you to answer this truthfully. Did you run?
No,
Or did you
I
hide?
didn't have nowhere to run. No.
But you hid. You didn't just fucking stand there.
No, so I don't know if I can say it. I wasn't standing. We weren't. No, it was in a vehicle. It was
Oh,
in a vehicle.
okay.
Yeah.
So you were hiding still in the vehicle. Did you duck?
What?
Did you duck?
No. Okay. So
It's like-
So you're getting
Yeah,
actively
try-
fired at.
so we're in up armored vehicles though, and these are like up armored. So it's like you can't, like, the bullets won't go in. So contractors we're not supposed to engage back. But stuff happens. But no, for real. So our job was just continue the mission, get the client to where it was supposed to go.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I've been in firefights, per se. But
So you just speaking of a mission, did you ever feel like there were, and we spoke a little bit about it earlier, did you ever feel like there was missions that you were told to do that seemed pointless? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we wasting time? Why are we doing this? This doesn't make any damn sense.
me, no. Okay, I say it. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I can say this. So I was on Bagram, which is in Afghanistan, it's in the Parwan province. But however, my second contract, I did more of like base hopping and escorts and stuff like that. Afghanistan is a dry country, It's supposed to be, but there's not. So there's places you can find booze and stuff.
Moonshine.
No,
Is it moonshine for them?
No, man, it was some kind of beer, and that's something disgusting. But it's the only thing we had out
Oh,
there.
okay.
My wife don't know about this neither. So there was one night. So contract civilians can leave base. You know, we're not military. We don't have to stay on base, but you know, you still gotta have like special privileges. I was on a camp that I can't say the name of, but it's where like all the spooks and stuff were. Okay, spooks are CIA.
That sounds racist.
Yeah, exactly. Before everybody get mad,
Them damn spooks.
yeah, them goddamn
Spooks out of my country.
No, a spook is a CIA operative, so it's someone who's they're not there, but they're there. So I can get special privileges with them to go out, and we went on a beer run, and we ended up taking some fire on that one. And when we got back, we had to answer for it. But you know, thank God we had him with us, so we kind of got pushed on the rug and it never happened. But yeah, so we had some booze on the camp for a while.
So I want to reflect back, right?
Uh-huh.
And I just thought about something. You know, you guys kind of scrutinized me about this question, but you spoke about the Geneva Convention, right?
Yeah.
You said you both were enlisted into the military, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you were also a private contractor. Explain a fucking private contractor. Why do we need, as an American government? Why did you? What's that Twitch?
Okay. No, okay, so
You said one of the words. You said the code word.
He about to snap.
Yeah, sleep agent. No, okay, so private military is basically started off with you know, the famous Blackwater. So it started off with like special forces that got out of the military. They were able to do stuff in country that the military couldn't do. You know?
So things that go against Geneva Convention.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. But it was a little bit more lenient for them, so they can do different stuff than the military. But yeah, everybody knows about the Blackwater. You know, they got some hot water and stuff. So private military has kind of been watered down a little bit. It's no longer, you know, you can't go out there and get in direct action, because early time private contracting, you'd be on missions with the military, literally going kicking doors with them, everything everything like that. Now you can't do that no more. You can do like escorts, and if something happens, you know, it's been watered down a lot since the early war. Yeah,
sounds sketchy to me.
Yeah,
that sounds illegal to me. That's all I'm saying. That's my point. And when, you know, being the bad guy, this sounds like bad guy stuff.
Loopholes. Loopholes don't technically say that they're illegal. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah.
That could be true.
It's always a way to get around something.
That can be true. But most loopholes, you know, as we see, aren't good things. You know.
Well.
But then you got to think about it, like, if, you know, I gotta put it like, if you need something done, then, you know, you got to find that loophole. So
So you guys, both of you guys, time in the military, did you feel like the government used you guys or empowered you?
I'd say a little bit of both. I'd say both.
I would say both too.
Yeah.
I didn't get used much, like you keep making jokes about, but I mean, I got taught some things, and I learned some discipline on the way.
And even for people who have like careers, lifelong careers in the military, from just you guys training up to the point when you got out of the military, do you feel like guys could get lost in the military as far as, you know, cold-blooded killers, you know, no soul anymore? Do you feel like at some point you said you guys feel used, right? Could the government instill beliefs in you guys over a lifelong period that would cause harm to yourself?
I'd say no. I say I got used by the military because they instilled me with, you know, practices and abilities of, if they needed me to do something, I can do it. However, at the same time, I used the government because me having my military background, what I did, it allowed me to have the career that I have now. So if it wasn't for the military, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now. So it was kind of a, you know, quid pro quo. I do the same, you know, they're using me at the same time I'm using them. However, there are those, you know, people who are, you know, a little messed up in head. You're always going to have a bad bunch who are like, you know, yeah, like they just stay in the military. The people who shouldn't be in the military.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's,
like dickhead police officer or something.
Yeah,
and
like yeah. So it's like a little bit of everything. Like there's dickhead military members, just like there are cops. But at the same time, there's a lot of good cops.
Yeah,
at the same time,
there's
a lot of good military members. It's just you're always, no matter what you have, you're gonna have that bad bunch. And unfortunately, sometimes they don't get weeded out. Sometimes they do. And the ones who don't get weeded out, who should have, sometimes you see about them on Facebook news where they done shot something up or something like that. But unfortunately, it happens. I don't
end up being magical shrooms and stuff like that.
Well, the funny thing is, did
podcast.
James ever tell you the story about his Super Troopers tryout?
Super Troopers. What is that?
We ain't talking about that, man. We ain't gonna talk about that.
What is Super Troopers? What is that?
Man, I signed up for THP, man. What you gonna say? Tennessee Highway Patrol.
Okay,
man. I ain't gonna get into it. We're just gonna say. We're just gonna say they lied. They lied on the test, man.
He failed the test.
The psychological test. Oh my god.
I mean, that's an obvious. That's what I would lean on first.
Hold on.
But see, that's my thing.
How do you feel it?
All right, man, so what happened was we were talking, everything was over with, right? And they're like, all right, this ain't gonna be on the
what
test.
You feel about politics? Black people.
No.
Let me tell you about it.
I got a long story about this.
Like half of mine.
No, man. They were like, all right, interview's over, and they're trying to be all buddy and stuff.
Okay.
They're like, all right, so this ain't on the test. They were talking to me about my background and stuff like that, man. And they kind of played me, man, because I think it was political, to be honest, man. I ain't gonna lie, because the dude who took my spot was one of the instructor's sons. So I'm gonna say that. But anyway,
okay.
They were like, so you want contract, you was in Afghanistan? I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, you ever seen anything over there? And I was like, I can't talk about it too much. And then he was like, yeah, so it's like, so people over the bad? And I was like, no, not all of them, no. It was like, so you think they should have died? They should have died? I was like, well, some of them, yeah, if they try to harm you, then if they mean my country harm, my people harm, then yeah, of course, I failed because of that, man. That was I got too comfortable. Man. Okay, but yeah.
You ain't heard it from me.
Yeah.
Anybody that's Muslim. You said the evaluation's over.
Yeah. We could camera off, right?
Nah, they got me on that. No, I ain't gonna lie, man. No, I'm glad I did it, man. I'm glad I ain't.
But it's a blessing, It's you move to different things.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, man. If I was a cop, I'd be crooked as hell.
See what I mean?
Alonzo,
right? You was going 25 over. How much money you got on?
I'm King Kong. What did Denzel say?
King Kong ain't got shit. It's a blessing I didn't get that. I probably would have been in jail, man.
Why do you think that you feel that way? It probably was true. I thought that about myself too. I couldn't be no police officer, man.
It definitely was true.
Golly, thanks. I'm just glad.
You got drugs in your car? How much?
So we ain't got body bag now.
You want to go home? You want to go to jail? You want to go home? That's what
yeah, that's what.
You want to go to jail? You want to go home?
Roll up now.
Show me.
Roll up now.
I just had this one accident I came from. Go ahead.
Show me a titty and no speeding ticket right now. That's wrong. Y'all so wrong. Man. See what I mean? This is
that's Laverne. Man.
This is what our government.
It's that freaking department though.
This is what our government produces. They instill all these, they program our military personnel and they, fuck them up basically in easy terms.
This was before the government got a hold of me. You knew me in high school.
Yeah,
they amplified. They said that trigger word
down. To be honest, yeah.
Could be the MREs had something in them.
Get me down. I ain't gonna lie. For real though, if it wasn't for the military, I probably would have been in trouble because like beforehand, after I started hanging out with you and stuff before I went to the military, I got in a lot of trouble And
don't blame it on me.
No,
You act like you blame it on me.
You the one with the rap.
Yeah.
I mean, before me and you like started hanging out like all the time.
Yeah,
I got into it. It ain't your fault. No, but for real, I ain't gonna lie, man. The military it instilled like discipline in me and stuff. It gave me a good background. If it wasn't for that, I'd definitely be in a different spot than I'm
And
at now.
I honestly think, having a military background is a great foundation for most people. But like again, we spoke about probability earlier.
Yeah.
There are some people, the one-offs that, take this and run with it.
Yeah.
They go crazy with it. And I'm a big conspiracy theorist. You got Manchurian candidates, that they can program and say that one word and go assassinate somebody.
Get that twitch,
and that's what's scary, man. We constantly battle, whether it's other countries or even just amongst ourselves in our own country about resources, land, and I'm a person like why we can't all get along? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I need to go overseas and try to get these people? Or I mean, why can't we at some point aspect? And I think we're gonna be doomed one day to nukes. That's my fear. I think at some point in the world in the time that some mass tragedy is gonna happen when someone's gonna push, some fucking dictator is gonna push that button and send nukes across the world.
You honestly think that happened in this time?
Yeah, 100%.
I believe it too. I don't think it'll happen anytime soon.
I ain't saying it happen anytime soon.
I feel
it may not.
Something's
but
going to happen
at some point.
Yeah.
And honestly, like it could have happened already. I don't know if you guys know about the Sahara Desert or anything, but that was.
It used to be full of water.
It used to be full of water, trees, beautiful land, and now it's just dirt, sand.
You think that's
that could be a nuke site, and it's not a theory. This is my own theory. This is not a theory I've heard. Maybe I have heard it. I don't know, but it makes sense. I mean, how does that go from that to what it is, the state it is now?
Climate change.
Maybe I don't know.
That's the one thought I got,
I mean, possibly, or maybe nukes.
And where is this? Where is the Sahara Desert? Where is that?
What is it, in Africa?
Okay, so it's close to the equator.
Yes,
probably hot as shit. Then
that doesn't explain how it was a beautiful land and full of water. How
okay?
You're
okay. I know what you mean. I know what you mean, because even if that's an argument, then it's like for here. We got the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
The Grand Canyon was formed by water, running water.
Mm-hmm.
There's no running water. Well, there's running water in the Grand Canyon, but it's like all the way at the end. It ain't running, but it's like you can go swimming in the lake and all. But
I mean, it don't take much years, I guess, for like not
much years. What, 2 years? About 3 years?
I guess for us to see something. My bad. For us to see it much years, but I mean, like over the millennia, like millions of years. Some years. I mean, all that shit can get dry in a certain amount of time.
And you could be completely right, and I could be completely wrong. I mean, we could be completely wrong about the Sahara Desert being, beautiful, full of water. Because know what I mean? Because who the fuck knows? Who honestly knows?
I would say I
don't fucking know.
That's what it could be argued. That's the beauty of having a conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? But I want to talk, like, if I'm asking, if we're discussing it, my bad. Like, how long ago was the evidence? What? Like, how long ago did they say?
I'm not sure. I don't know I don't keep up with of every logistics of every aspect of timelines or anything like. Because I don't think about, okay, this is the timeline for this, and I this is what it is. I don't think like that.
I mean, I guess when we arguing a conspiracy, or not conspiracy, but just the idea behind it. We just talking about logic. Then I'm just speaking about logic.
It's a known unknown, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Unknown.
We know nothing in this world. Just like when we're fighting. When when we send militaries over, what do you actually think you're fighting for versus what you're actually fighting for? Man, you know what I mean?
You fighting for whatever the politicians want at that point.
Exactly.
So, man. Like, I ain't gonna. I feel like we ain't been in the war we were supposed to be in since, I don't know, World War II.
No, yeah.
Okay. So it's like, other than that, man, we fighting other people's wars. To be honest, that's just how I feel. And it's like, But when you're there, that's not what you ain't worried about that. That's not what
Yeah,
you're fighting
yeah.
for. When
You
you're
fight,
there,
yeah, you fighting for.
you fighting for the dude beside
absolutely.
you, man.
But
Make
you're
sure
already
you both
you're
get
already
home.
too
What he
far.
said.
Yeah,
What
you're
he
already too
said.
far.
Yeah.
ain't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like I don't. To be honest, man, military people don't care. You know, we don't care about what the politicians want. It's nothing like that. When you're over there, you want to fight and make sure your brother or sister to your left and right is making a home with you.
Mhm.
So that's really all we fight for.
Did you ever see anything, or I mean, you guys have battle buddies for
Mhm.
lifelong friends that serve the military or that they mentioned
Mhm.
that keeps y'all up at night, that you just like, man, I can't get this. Because me, like, you see stuff on internet all the time, like you remember when the cartels were like killing people, giving them Colombian. I can't look at that shit. That shit drives me. I have nightmares for weeks after seeing something like that. Is there something that y'all were told or seen that just kind of bothers y'all?
Yeah. I don't know if I can speak too much on it, but I've seen a child be used as a suicide bomber, and after like a couple of days of investigation, they found out that the child was actually outfitted with the vest by his father.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that was on ECP-1.
That's some
Yeah.
horrible shit.
Even
Yeah.
just thinking about what was put in the father's head to get him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And more than likely it's religion, right? Of course, and their practices and what they're being told to do. Like this is you're gonna.
There's a certain thing in as like honor in like certain
Yeah.
communities and stuff like that. So the honor of your family and stuff like that. That's not prominent in the U.S. Nobody
But
cares.
is it though? Right? Like if you're actively going into the military. So right now, James or Teandre, right now you were tasked to go to enlist into the military, and not that you were forced to, because being forced is different. But would you be okay with going overseas and actively in a firefight? Constantly in a battle, knowing you have a family at home waiting for you. Could you let that?
What's the circumstance? Because it depends as well. Because it's like, are these people trying to make it over here to my family, like my side? Are they?
Well, you don't
am I
know.
taking a fight
You
to
don't
them?
know that, right? So
Uh-huh.
like during the Iraq War, right?
Uh-huh.
You were fighting because you were emotional. That even if it was true, right?
Uh-huh.
They came and bombed the Twin Towers. They ran planes into the Twin Towers, right?
Uh-huh.
And you were going to try to protect freedom, right?
Mhm.
So in that aspect, right, you're risking your life to protect your family. Would you be, and I'll kind of answer my own question by saying that, well, would you be willing to risk your life for that?
I mean, it depends.
I mean, that's what's going on anyway, right?
I mean, circumstance depends. Yeah. I mean, if I know these people are going to make like come in here, then yeah, I'd be totally willing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if I don't have to, like if there's, it's hard to explain, man.
Exactly. So even now, so if we were 18 at 9/11,
18?
you were like, yeah, I'd
Yeah.
go protect my entire family, even
Yeah.
if you were married, right? But now you're the way you think.
Uh-huh.
Would you be willing to
Oh.
go over there now and be like, okay, and risk your life and potentially die,
Mhm.
even though you're leaving your family behind?
Oh, okay.
Like, is
No.
it worth it at the end?
No.
Is that?
No, it's not worth it
No.
for that. But
Well, that's my point. Do you
Yeah.
ever know though? Like even
that's one of those other things, man. It's like a need to know. Like people at the very bottom of the barrel is never going to know. So yeah, like I don't know.
I mean, but between that, time has changed. Your view on life has changed. Your
Yeah,
experiences
absolutely.
all
Yeah,
have changed.
yeah.
So of course you'll say no now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
now
saying?
the only thing I'm worried about protecting is me and mine. So
Exactly.
It's like,
Your own, your family.
Yeah. So
if you were asked to join today and to do that, would you be willing to do that?
Would I be willing?
Yeah.
If you had a choice.
If I had a choice, no, I'm gonna stay here and protect mine.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But if it's like I know they're coming to do me harm, then,
but you don't never know that though, right?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you will never know.
Yeah. At this point in my life, I'm staying here with mine until they make their way over here.
Exactly. And then you'll fight that battle then. That's where I stand.
Yeah.
What about you, T?
I'm staying with y'all. Same.
Okay. Yeah. It's because like I said, we never know. We're fed information.
If they come over here versus us going, it's completely different home field advantage, man.
I mean, yeah, if they come over here, man, it's like there's way too many guns here. Like,
Way
it's
too
gonna be
many
quick.
guns. Oh, is that one right there? Yeah. Can I do that? Mr. Johnson, yeah, you got the last three. It'll be like that.
Yeah.
Completely different type
If
of war.
anything happens, it's gonna be a homegrown thing here, man. If anything,
It won't be.
yeah, ain't nobody gonna come to America. No other country's gonna make it here. They're not gonna get here.
You don't think so?
No, how?
I mean, I don't know.
The only
I
way
mean,
they can
you know
come
what I mean?
is through Canada or Mexico. We on good terms on
California.
both. No, California's part of us. Well, California. We're trying to get rid of California right now. We're trying to push that We're trying to push California off the map anyway. But no, first, like, so we got big oceans, you know, around us. So they have to go through either Mexico or Canada. Canada ain't gonna let them. Mexico ain't gonna let them.
You see them coming too, like
so it's like So
like, what are these planes doing?
No, but no, we
right now.
What about we didn't do anything to the drones we saw flying or the balloons that we
that's the
seen.
thing, though. It's like the government knows. So the government, you think if there was a bomb in it, little ass, hot ass fucking balloon from somebody's birthday party, which is hanging around, like they
had to know.
Yeah,
if they didn't
know
and they seen that shit, get that down right now.
But we still
that
but we
been
don't
shot down
so
over
why,
Canada.
So why do you think nothing has been disclosed about what it actually was?
Because
we don't know.
We peons, man. We
absolutely.
How much do you tell your son about what's going on?
Yeah,
and your finances
exactly.
and all that shit like that, you know.
But that's my point, though. Like,
I mean, you can't trust the government.
His mind can wander all he wants to.
Yeah, exactly. Think about it, man. Like, the government's in charge of everybody, but it's people, right? If they don't do a good job, they lie to us all the time, right?
Yeah.
Of course they do. You can't trust the government to be truthful with us. I got 2 boys and I lie to them all the time.
You got a wife you lie to.
He's just playing. Go home.
When you left, were we in conflict when you went overseas, or were we just?
Was it in conflict since?
Well, I don't think it was a war though. We weren't actively in war, right? If I remember, were we actively in war?
Yeah. Okay, so
or we?
I mean, there's people don't know. There's still people in Iraq right now. We got soldiers.
Yeah,
in Iraq.
But doesn't necessarily mean we're in war.
There's still stuff going on.
Being at war, and being, you know,
it ain't like it's mainstream media.
That may be true.
No, it ain't like that. But no, like from the day I left, even from the day we left Afghanistan, there was still missions going on. Like, the camp I was on, Rangers were going out every single night doing missions, bringing people back, stuff like that. It was still highly active.
Did you ever feel addicted to that adrenaline that you experienced?
He did.
Hey, this is not. I mean, do you feel like, man, I got that feeling, you know?
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't one of those, you know, I wouldn't kick down doors, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But you do. I'm not gonna lie, you do get a little adrenaline from getting shot. Like, I'm getting shot at. There is adrenaline to it, man.
There is, but you know, I've been shot at, but I've never been like, man, I love being shot at. I want to experience that again. I've been shot. I don't want to experience that no more.
I mean, but you gotta think about it, man. It's like you go from that, and like there's always adrenaline to it. Like there's stuff. Like when it was happening, like your heart was running, like it was running, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you get that, and it's kind of like a little high. You get a high from it. Then you go from that to back here where nothing happens. It's the same thing every day. You ain't got bombs landing beside you. You ain't got bullets being shot at you. Nothing. So it's kind of like a, you know, it's not that, you know, you love it, but I don't know. It's that adrenaline is not there anymore.
So do you miss that chaos? Is there a part of you that misses it?
Yeah, a little bit, but not.
So you miss that you every once in a while?
Yeah, you go around. No, it's not that. I just feel that, you know, the adrenaline was nice, but now that I'm home and it's it's like Groundhog Day, man. It's like there's nothing to the extent of what you go through over there happening here. So it's not that I enjoyed it. It's just, you know, I know what the next day is going to bring. Almost like. There, you never know what the day is going to bring.
Do you think you came back the same person?
No, when I came back, I think I was different, a lot different. But over time, like you know, the old me returns.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you were, but there are people that you guys witnessed that couldn't shake themselves
Oh,
back,
yeah.
that
Yeah.
were stuck. One of the stories is what was it, American Sniper? Chris Kyle.
Mhm.
But it wasn't him. It was someone he was helping out.
It was a Marine that he was helping out. Yeah. Chris Kyle and his buddy got killed by the Marine. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I never experienced anything to that extent, but I have met some people who are, messed up in the head, and but thankfully they, they're seeking treatment. So they do better every day. It's but yeah, some people see more stuff than other people and go through more stuff, and I didn't go through none of that, thank God. But no matter what, if you go over there, you're cautious. I say everything's more cautious. Like you look at, certain stuff in the road that's a different way, and like tighter streets and stuff like that. Like you drive a little bit different, you look at people different, you sit different. And then I don't know, I said a couple weeks after I got home, I think I was back to normal. But not everybody's that lucky.
My opinion, I think like with those type of people, I think they were always wired that way, like a little bit mentally fragile people. I think just war just
maybe a chemical
exacerbated
imbalance
or
there.
something. You can say
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I think some people are probably like that, but I know a couple people actually got blown up, and that's the reason why they're acting.
Okay, so life trauma. Okay,
yeah, they get like a serious TBI, like has altered their.
Yeah. Okay, so they lose their limbs or something.
No, he's got all his limbs. It's just his head is messed up now. I'm not going to drop his name.
Type shit.
I'm not going to drop his name, but like his head is like he's messed up in the head.
Yeah. I think it'd be a real bad concussion can cause some type of chemical imbalance as well.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah. But in the war sense, I guess, shell shock is what they call it in the war sense. So I guess if you had like his brain rattled in that kind of explosion, it can change your brain chemistry. So that's one thing that could change. But I feel like that person is that like the one y'all talking about in the movie, the one who killed the sniper? Yeah. Him, like, what was his situation? Did he get blowed up or something like that?
Honestly,
no, he was straight. Remember. He was Chris Kyle was okay.
No, I know.
He was.
I'm talking about the one.
Well, Chris Kyle had issues too.
Yeah.
But he was working through his. Like he was good. The guy who shot, I can't remember what the Marine who shot him was going through.
There was something recent on Chris Kyle that I seen. I can't remember what it is now. It was something. Somebody spoke up. Something about. I think maybe it was Chris Kyle's book.
Mm-hmm.
He portrayed somebody. Somebody got to have some backlash towards. I can't remember that. What was actually said. I was hoping you guys did.
I don't think about it.
So, T, as you're enlisted, you're going through the phases of military life. Were you prepared to, take another's life? Is that something that came across your mind? Were you thinking about like, I'm gonna go kill some people?
Now, I wasn't excited about taking a life, but if I needed to and I had to, then I was definitely prepared to. That's what I'm trained to do.
How do they train you guys to?
I don't think anybody should be excited to kill somebody. That's a red flag in itself, right?
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. But how are you guys trained to do something like that? So to be able to do that?
I mean, like during,
or do you think it's something that can be trained?
Yeah, I mean anything can be trained. You can because like the military, like they break you down and build you up the way they want you.
Okay.
So it's like they're going to train you how they want, and then like you go from boot camp, you get a couple of days off, and you go to SOI if you're going to the infantry. You go to AIT if you're going to be a pogue. But
I wouldn't know fucking pogue.
I thought you said you were a pogue.
No, if you go
when I went to the National Guard,
went to National Guard, but Marines are the only branch that you can go through Marine Corps boot camp, and you ain't got to do boot camp for nobody else because our boot camp is the hardest out of all of them. So you don't he didn't have to go through AIT or anything because he went through Marine Corps boot camp and SOI, so he was already had better training than the Army. But no, like
but training nowadays for the military is different, dude. I was dating this one girl years ago. She was training for the Army, and
National Guard. She was in the National Guard.
So you are no, I'm pretty sure it's Army.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure it was Army.
You said she was on. She was Army reserve. She was Army.
Maybe I have that. I don't know.
Same.
Okay,
difference.
whatever.
I
But
think
whatever.
National Guard better than
Like
reserves.
I remember her telling me stories. Like she was like, my commanding officer was like, "Do give me some push-ups." Like I ain't doing that, and I'm like,
See,
for real? You
that's what
told
I'm
them?
talking about. I don't know, man. Yes. I'm glad we're not in war right now.
It's Army. It's Army. Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Marine Corps is different. I never heard stories of somebody being like, man, I just flat out said no. You know?
Yeah. You ain't gonna hear that.
It's not like something happened to you. It's just I don't know, man. It just never happens. To be honest with you.
Yeah. I hear there's like different cards too that you can, like you have a card that
That's
you
the
can
Army.
show.
That's the Army. Yeah,
Okay.
it's called stress card. Stress card. Yeah.
What's it called? A chit?
chit.
Shaving?
Oh, you talking
something like that? Something like that.
Yeah. So if
Or like a PT chit or something like I don't know.
What is that's the card that they're
That's what.
that's a card like say you shave and you get shaving bumps all the time, so you can get a no shave shit and you ain't got to shave, but you got to keep it trimmed up and stuff.
It's a lot. It's a lot of dudes in the office. No shade shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's the dude. God damn it, look like James Harden. You gotta keep it trimmed.
Yeah, but no, man. Yeah, training nowadays done got watered down too much, man. So I'm glad we ain't in the war right now.
Even getting kicked out is even harder.
Yeah.
I seen a situation where like it was this girl, another girl in the Army. She was just I don't know, belligerent as all hell, man, and they were trying to kick out, and it was a process in itself just trying to get her to I don't know, to even come to get even to do her little finalization shit. She wouldn't even do it. Like they had to do everything for her.
Yeah, when I was in, like, I'm not gonna say who it was. My platoon sergeant, be like, "Where's such and such?" I'm like, well, he didn't answer his phone. He would literally send like 4 of us out to this dude's house, hog tie this dude, put him in the car, and we would bring him to for real. Ask me. Quick.
If they live close enough,
yeah, that was fun, man.
Hold on, but didn't we just speak something about like Geneva Convention, laws and rules?
You don't tell nobody.
But these things are okay though. Yeah, okay. We're gonna disregard everything we've learned.
What was funny, man? What was funny is we knocked on this dude's door. His grandmama opened the door. And we said, such and such here. She said, oh, he's in the back sleeping. Yeah, I ain't gonna say we pushed this old lady, but we like nudged past her and like hog tied this dude. She was screaming. I'm like, dude, we about to go to jail, man. But I did that about a good 3 or 4 times for my unit. That was pretty funny, man. That was at the early of the unit because when I got there, that was like from we still had some guys that just got back from deployment and that they were like a lot more stricter than it was when I left, and they were real big on that. But once they left, like. You could see the change, man. Like people started like not showing up or just slacking off, and it was just getting bad. Yeah.
So last thing, going over everything what we learned tonight, everything you guys explained. Would you guys recommend or allow you guys' children to join the military in the state it's in now?
In the state it is right now. You want to go first? Or you want to go?
You go first. You can go first.
I would love for my kids to go to the military, man, because like. I know, after everything being said today, like, joking around and stuff, the military, I think is, it definitely instilled a lot of stuff in me, discipline and everything. And it gave me the opportunities to do what I'm doing now and provide a life for the kids that I have now, my family. So without the military, like I said, I'd probably be in a different life right now.
Even at war?
Like even at war, man.
At war.
Yeah, because it's like no matter what, we're American, man. We're probably gonna be in another war next year. We're always gonna be at war with somebody, man. So, but yeah, it's like
I think he's worried about you sending your son off to war.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like someone's got to do it. I would love for my kids to get that discipline, the same thing that I got. I honestly feel that everybody should serve their country. Everybody
be required.
Yeah, I feel like I feel
4 years
just
required.
Like I feel everybody should, man.
That's
because it's like I'm sorry. Yeah, if you think about it, how are you gonna love your country if you're not even willing to fight for it?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, you can't talk shit about your country if you didn't even attempt to protect your country. So if in my view, if you didn't join the military or even serve in any type of fashion, your opinion doesn't mean shit. And you can shut the fuck up. I hope it makes you mad.
Teandre had the same.
Just for argument's sake, I want to play devil's advocate. Like I want to be on the opposite. So you saying like first a question. You feel like being forced to having it mandatory for you to serve your country will have some people have more of an appreciation for it.
Yeah, man. How are you going to appreciate something if you're not willing to fight for it?
But being forced to fight for it, why would you gain some type of how would that instill some type of appreciation for it? If you're forced to do something, you're like real, you
I can
combative
see.
against
I can
it,
see where he's going with it.
like you don't want to do it.
Well, then you're going in with the wrong mindset in the first place.
Yeah,
you don't have.
Then you're getting your ass beat in there because they're gonna fucking run you to death.
Yeah, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn to love.
I mean, that's probably
no. No, it's like you don't even have to. Like you ain't gotta go. You ain't gotta serve in some kind of combat. If you're scared to go to combat, you don't have to serve in it. There's so much things you can do in the military.
Yeah.
There's fucking cable. There's cable TV installers in the army.
There's different jobs in the military, but still military. It's military, regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
there's a lot of people who.
That's why America's in the state it is right now. That's why America's in the state it is now, man. People too soft, too scared to do anything. They want to complain about it, but don't want to do anything about it.
And I hear that sentiment a lot too. That the country is getting soft and all that stuff. But what you don't think nothing's bad gonna come up if people are forced to join the service? You don't think nothing bad happened? You don't think
there's gonna be bad
suicide will start happening more in mass?
I mean, I'm not asking somebody to serve 8 years, 4 years.
No, I got you. It's just a little bit of service.
Do 2 years.
I know that's countries who do that
as a job. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it's a job.
Yeah, people complaining about jobs right now. I mean, the fucking military is always hiring. Yeah. So I don't.
Not me.
Yeah, not me. But yeah, man, I feel like everybody should serve. Like, I'm sorry, like I don't know if you can't love something if you're not willing to fight for it, and if you don't fight for it, you can't complain about it.
I agree with you there. As far as you can't fight for something you don't love. I agree with you there.
I mean, people don't love work, but they work for that paycheck.
They do work. They love money.
Exactly, but they don't love work, right?
Yeah, fuck work.
But I don't know. I'm not saying I'm against it. Like I think I'm thinking it's a decent idea. It's a decent idea. But I just feel like.
Or you think there's gonna be more backlash than it would be? You think there'll be more bad than good coming from it?
I don't think it's gonna be lucrative or
I mean,
I just don't.
You ain't gotta love it, but you need to do it. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
I know that's the sentiment of it. But it's just I don't know. I just feel like the ones who really don't want to do it, they might try to go out with a bang too. Sometimes, like try to kill off some of they fellow soldiers or something like that.
Well, then they just a soft human being.
Yeah, I mean there are soft human beings out here, and you're gonna force him to do this. That's the thing. You're gonna force a bunch of soft ass dudes to do something that they don't want to do. That's the only thing I'm thinking about. That's what I worry about those type of people, those individuals, and what type of stuff they do. Because I mean, you can implement that rule, but you won't be able to change.
I'm not worried about changing their mind.
Right.
I'm worried about them, like providing for the country. Like you can't complain about the country.
At some point, you have some type of respect.
Yeah, you have to have some type of respect for it. Like,
you think it'll come doing?
Granted, people who like it's gonna like just like you have a psych evaluation before you get in the military. If you fail that, obviously you don't have to go in.
You passed that?
Hold on, they really did that though. I don't remember.
You do it at MEPS. Yeah, you do it at MEPS. Yeah.
What the fuck was I doing that? What kind of questions?
You probably
I don't remember that
doing it. You probably just talking to somebody sitting in the waiting room.
Is that what it was? Oh shit! It was like, oh man, we got to get this guy.
I just remember getting looked at butt naked.
Oh, do it. That's my
favorite part.
He said,
got some popsicles in my basement.
Hey, this was the same old dude for everybody, man. He never took a day off.
Yeah, he loved his job.
But y'all ain't gotta pay me, man.
Job's rewarding enough.
I'm here to serve.
So he served his country somehow. He's doing his part.
Man, I want to thank you guys for being a part of the show. You know, it takes you away from you guys' family, you know, your jobs or whatever else you got going on in your life, man. So I really appreciate you guys taking your time out. And tune in, guys. Share, like, comment. Please, any ideas you have, any story that wants to be told, that needs to be told, please feel free to DM me. And again, I want to thank you guys for the love and support that's been showed on the channel so far. Let's continue to grow. And again, I'm here with good friends of mine, brothers to me, James and Teandre. Again, thank you guys. Any last comments, words of affirmation, prayers on your mind?
I ain't got nothing.
How do you feel about mandatory? Everyone join mandatory. What, 2 years?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
I mean,
2 years.
2 years
What?
minimum, yeah.
I think
What
it's a good
what
idea.
if your country is at war?
Then you got 2 years.
There's-
That's so crazy.
Like
you
you don't
think-
have to serve in combat though. You don't have to do it in combat.
You don't have. You
Yeah.
get to, who chooses? That's the thing. Who chooses? Because if everybody chooses,
You
not
gotta
to
think
be a
about.
part
You
of
gotta think about, man. There's a lot more.
You can make ammunition.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly, yeah.
you can.
There's a lot
drive
more.
trucks.
There's a
you
lot more
know?
patriotic
I got
people,
you.
man.
I got you.
There's a lot more patriotic people
I
who
got you.
will volunteer for infantry.
There is. There probably is.
Yeah, so I don't think that'd be an issue at all. Like, yeah, so like you want. I don't think
So
infantry
the
will
rest,
have an issue.
the rest of the, it's
Rest
always gonna
y'all-
be people willing to die for a certain cause. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's why you should keep it open to the ones who want to be in that.
But then, yeah,
But I know I get it though. It'll make our numbers a little bit better, but it just I don't know how
I just feel it'll give you a different appreciation, a different view of the world.
a different view. Okay, okay, definitely make you appreciate other
Yeah.
Americans, maybe.
Yeah, especially after traveling the world. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, again, so
You can do the outro one more time.
yeah,
Outro
I
one
want
more
to.
time.
I mean, thank you guys
Yeah.
again for showing up.
I didn't know.